Hey everybody, this is Bernie with Diets and Review and your Biggest Loser Episode 9 recap. In this episode, we see a little bit of drama kind of start to unfold with the blue team, just because we know that last week Amy C helped to get rid of Brady. So you see some drama between Vicky and Amy, and just the blue team kind of unsettled. But we definitely also see Bob come in and try his best to settle his team, because he knows that the most important thing is that they focus on their weight loss and not the gameplay. We also see Allie Sweeney pull up in a DeLorean. And for those of you who are not familiar with movies like Back to the Future, a DeLorean, it was kind of like the Lamborghini of the 80s. Just a real neat car. She announces to everybody that it's going to be 80s week, so everybody is completely dressed up in 80s garb, and one of the reasons that the show decided to do that was just because the health kick really started in the 80s. That's reflected in the challenge. This week's challenge, contestant held up 50% of their body weight in water while trying to answer trivia questions around 80s and just kind of where we're at in relation to health in America from the 80s to now. Well, every time that a contestant answered a question wrong, they got 25% of their weight in water added to their barrel, so they're having to hold this up while answer questions. In the end, we see Michelle pull it out, which is a big deal because the prize for this was you could either win $5,000 or you could add a pound to somebody at weigh-in. So it's one of those things where, again, a pound just is worth so much on this show, $5,000 to be exact. Now, again, we see the teams just really struggling, not just with the physical part of everything, but with the emotional part. So it's not just Bob's team, but it's Jillian's team as well. And you kind of see that reflected not only in the fact that, Michelle is crying while running on a treadmill, but also the fact that Renee is really pushing herself to the limits as well as Colleen. But one thing that we did see with Colleen was she actually was able to fit into her goal outfit, which consisted of a top. So congratulations to Colleen. Now, heading into the elimination, or the weigh-in actually, what we see is everybody pull really, really big numbers, which is amazing, especially because Jillian's black team, both Michelle and Renee, pulled up an 8. And then we also see Heba with some wonderful numbers. We see Ed with some great numbers. And in the end, we see Colleen and Vicky go beneath the yellow line. Now, if you've been following the show, you know that the black team is not going to vote out their member, and the blue team, at least Ed and Heba, aren't going to vote out Vicky. So yet again, we see Amy C in a position to really dictate the direction of the game. In the end, she chooses to go ahead and side with her new blue team, because remember, she was black. She decides to side with her new blue team and send Colleen home. Now, I personally think that, it's one of those things where this is a game, but I think that Amy was smart in her own right to make sure that she wasn't completely alienating herself. So only time will tell what's going to happen. I just want to go ahead and say that although Colleen went home, we kind of visit her after the show, and she just looks fantastic. So just really, really proud of Colleen, and the fact that the most important thing that you can take away from the show is just the motivation and the knowledge just continue on, and that truly is why The Biggest Loser is such a phenomenal program. So again, congratulations to everybody again this week for losing tremendous amounts of weight, and I wish everybody, especially Colleen at home, the best of luck. Till next time, this is Bernie with Diets and Review.